So previously we have covered I think it was arithmetic operators. Okay. So previously we have gone through arithmetic operators. Okay. So as I have discussed you, there are basically five, five, five types of operators. So first was arithmetic operators. Second was comparison operators. Third was assignment operator. Next is logical operator, and next is membership operator. And there is one more identity operator. So there is basically six type of operators in Python. Okay, not only in Python, in most of the programming language there are only six type of operators. So arithmetic operators which basically perform mathematical calculation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, percent, remainder, and exponent. So we have already discussed this. So now we are going to discuss comparison operators. Okay, so I have already explained you comparison operators does what? It basically compares two values. Okay, so these two values will be what? So suppose that you have two numbers like 3 and 4. You want to compare which one is greater, 3 is greater or 4 is greater. So there you will use comparison operators. So there are basically six operators that are used in comparison operator. So first is less than, second is greater than. Okay. So first is less than, which basically used to check one number is less than from other. So here you will write 2 less than 4. It is true. Next is greater than. So it is basically check one number is greater than another number. Okay, so example is 2 greater than, if you write 2 greater than 4, it will give you false. Similarly, we have less than equal to. Okay, so it will check either it is less than equal to or not. Next is greater than equal to. I think all of you can practice on this very easily. So these programs are really this part is very easy. Okay, so you can practice by your own. We will see some examples. Next is equal to. So if you want to check, yeah, two numbers are equal, so there you will use equal to operator. Next is not equal to operator. You just want to check, yeah, two numbers are equal or not. Okay, so if you will write 2 not equal to 2, so answer will be what? True. Yeah, answer will be what? False. 2 not equal to 2 means you are checking that 2 is not equal to 2, so it will tell you false. Similarly, if you write 4 not equal to 3, so it will give you true. So comparison operators are really very simple. Okay, so you can practice on this. So next is, so in today's class we will be covering three topics. So first is operators, that will be continue. Next is problem solving. So first we will try to solve some problems. Okay, currently we are mostly going through mostly we are currently mostly going through discussion part. Okay, so we will try to work on some problems. Next is string data type. Okay, so mostly we are currently working with numbers. Okay, now we will start working with strings for the first time. So next is, as the first topic is operators, so we have gone through arithmetic operators and comparison operators. So next is assignment operator. So before going to assignment operator, I just want to give you some example of comparison operators. Okay. Okay, so we are creating here comparison operators example. Okay, so if you will write here print 2 less than 1 less than 4, so answer will be what? True. Okay, so this is an example of this is example of comparison operator. Next is similarly, yeah, it is printing you true. Okay, next similarly, if you write print and 6 not equal to 8, can you guess the answer? True or false? Yeah, so always look into one thing. Always the output of comparison operator will be what? It will be always boolean. So the output of comparison operator will be what? The output of comparison operators will be always what? Boolean. Either it will be true or false. So if someone asks you what will be the answer of 6 not equal to 8, so it will be what? It will be false. 6 not equal to 8. Yeah, sorry, it will be true. Next, if you want to check the type, it will be always any comparison operator. If you use, if you check the type, then it will be always boolean. Like suppose that we are writing 7 greater than equal to 8, so type will be boolean. It is returning you bool, because the answer of comparison operator will be always true or false. That's why its type will be always boolean. Next is, so you can practice on it, so I'm not giving you more example on it. So next is assignment operator. So as I told you, assignment operators are basically used to assign value to a variable. Yeah, I will today, I will upload. Okay, so assignment operator does what? It basically assigns some value to a particular variable. Okay, so a very simple assignment operator will be what? Equal to. Equal to is a assignment. A note is equal to. Okay, I'm telling you equal to means. So if you write a equal to uh, a equal to 2, so this is an assignment operator. Okay, so is equal to 2, so this equal to sign is a assignment operator. So similarly we have lots of assignment operators. So first is equal to, so it is called as assignment. So if you write a is equal to 2, so you are assigning the value of a as 2. Next is plus is equal to, so plus equal to behaves like what? It will, if you write a plus is equal to 2, then suppose that previously your value of a was 2, so it is equivalent of a is equal to a plus 2. Okay, so it is just short form of writing a is equal to a plus 2. Similarly, minus is equal to 2 will be what? A is equal to a minus 2. Star is equal to will be what? If you write uh, if you write a star is equal to 5, so it will be equal to a is equal to a star 5. So answer will be 10, because initially the value of a is 2. Next, if you write here, here will be a star is equal to. Okay, so a star is equal to 5 will be 10. Value of a was initially 2, and a star is equal to a star is equal to 2 is a is equal to a star. Sorry, a is equal to a star 5. Next is a divided by 2 is what will be the value of a divided by is equal to 2. It will be a equal to a divided by 2. So answer will be what? 1.0. Similarly, we have quotient assignment. Next, we have remainder assignment. Okay, so again these are very simple, you can practice on it. Okay, so I'm just giving you examples, so these are very simple. So first is assignment operator example.py. Okay, so I'm giving one by one. So suppose that initially the value of a is equal to 2, or like suppose that a is 10. If you write a plus is equal to 2, then it is equivalent of what? is equivalent of a is equal to a plus 2. So the initially value of a was 10. So answer will be what? It is equivalent of 12. So if you print a, so it will give you 12. Similarly, you can write. So this is addition assignment. Next is subtraction assignment. If you write a minus is equal to, suppose that you have initially, again you have initially is equal to 10, and if you write a minus is equal to 3, so which it will be equivalent of what? Can anybody guess? A minus 3. So it will give you what? It will give you 7. If you print a, so you will get what? 7. Similarly, if I ask you a is equal to 10 and if I write a star is equal to 2, so it will be equivalent of what? A is equal to a star 2. So what will, so initially the value of a is 10, so it will be equivalent of what? 10 star 2, that is equivalent of 20. So, so you will get what? 20. Yeah. So next I am just asking you, try to answer fast. If I write a is equal to 4 and if I write a divided by 2 is equal to 3, can anybody answer? False. Okay, okay. Not like this. We want to write like this. A divided by is equal to 3. So answer will be what? It is equivalent of what? It is equivalent of a is equal to a divided by 3. So if you divide 4 by 3, so answer will be what? 1.33333. Okay, so it will print like this 1.333. But if you write here 2, it will give you 2.0. Yeah, one very good question, one very logical question I want to ask from you. Just try to answer this. Okay, if I write 1.0 is equal to, print 1.0 is equal to 1.0. Anybody answer what will be the output? This I should told you in comparison operator. Can anybody guess the answer? True. Okay, I am running the program. So it's correct. Okay, but I am just printing here, printing 1 by 3. Okay, 1 by 3. Okay, so it will print you what? 0.33. Now I compare this like this. Can anybody guess the answer now? Why? Yes, but it is giving you true. So what is, so do you think it should happen? It should not happen, but it is happening. Okay, just try to find the answer of it. So why Python is because 1 by 3 is not equal to exactly 0.333, but Python is giving you true value. So what is the reason behind this? Try to find in your home. Okay, I am giving you one day. Try to find this the answer. That was the part of comparison operator. So now we are currently we are working on assignment operator. So next is a double star. Suppose that initially a is 4 and if I write a star is equal to 2, so can anybody guess the answer? It should be 8. If I write a star, a double star is equal to 2. Yeah, correct. It will be a is equal to a double star 2, which is equivalent of what? 4 star 4. Okay. Because so it will give you 16. Yeah, so it is returning you 16. Suppose that we are writing one, there is one more good question. Okay, just I am giving you some tasks just so that you can enjoy on it. Suppose that a is equal to 1 point. So this is again from assignment operators. Sorry, comparison operator. Suppose that a is equal to 1.0 and b is equal to 1.00. If you write here print a is equal to b, it is true. Okay. So this time you have guessed correctly. Okay. So okay. So now we are going to the next operator, that is logical operators. So logical operators does what? It basically operate between two Boolean value. Okay, logical operator will always operates between two logical values. Okay, so logical values will be what? Boolean values. Means logical operators will work in Boolean values, two Boolean values. So one first logical operator is AND. Okay, in Python we use AND, but in C programming language or Java, what we use there? Ampersand symbol. Okay, but here in Python we use directly AND. So it is called as AND operator. So AND operator does what? If you have two Boolean conditions, if both the conditions are true, answer will be true, otherwise false. Okay. So what AND operator does? If both, I previously told you what logical operators will work with two Boolean values, or it is also called as conditional values. Okay, so if both the conditions are true, answer will be true, otherwise false. So suppose that if I write 2 less than 4, first condition is true. If I write 3 greater than 4, this condition is what? False. So answer will be false. Means just remember, if both the conditions are true, then AND operator return true, otherwise it will return you false. So if you see the Boolean table, so this is called as Boolean table. So suppose that you have two Boolean values a and b. Okay, so if you see that in a and b, if any of a and b will be true, okay, if any of a and b will be true, so answer will be, sorry, if any of a or b will be false, so answer will be false, otherwise it will be true. Means AND operator will return true only once, when both a and b will be true, otherwise it will always return you false. If any of these is false, then it will return you false. Next is OR. If any one condition is true, so it will return you true, otherwise false. So the OR operator does what? If any of the condition is true, either A or B should be true, so it will give you true. If both are true, then OR operator will be very happy, very happy. Okay, both is true, then answer will be definitely true. Okay, but here you can see that in AND operator, it will return true in only single case if both are true, but in OR operator it will return always true. Only it will return false one time when both are false. Next is NOT. NOT is basically called as negation operator. Okay, so it is in Python. It is not, we use not here. Okay, NOT. So if you write not a, then it will return you, so if a is true, then it will return you false. If a is false, it will return you true. It just reverses. If previous value was true, it will return you false. So not operator just reverse the Boolean value. Now we are going to look some conditions. So just try to remember these Boolean tables. So suppose that we have A is equal to true and B is equal to false. So in the first case, A is true and B is false. So the AND operate, what will be the output of first? False, because AND does what? If any of the condition is false, then it will return you false. So it will return you, this will return you false. So what will be the answer of this print A or B? Yeah, because if any of the condition is true, or operator will return you true. So now if you run, first condition is false and second is true. Yes, correct, correct. So suppose that if I write here false, so next what will be the answer? Why the first one will be true? AND operator tells that if any of the value is false, then it will return you false. Here both the value is false, so it will be definitely false. And OR operator will always it will be false. Okay. So in the both case, answer will be false. Is this clear now? Okay. Okay. Next, if I write here, now can you guess the answer? Not. So firstly here you can see that A and firstly this firstly node B will be equal to what? So if it is false, then node B will be what? True. So A will be false and B will be what? B will be here what? False. No, means we are not changing the value of B. Okay, but we are assigning this. So this value will be equivalent of false. Sorry, true. So false and true will be what? False, and false and true will be true. So first, in the first condition it will return you false, and second condition will return you true. Okay, so like this, what's happening here? So it is calculating like that. Firstly it is returning you, it is equivalent of A, and node B will be converted to, so B was, I'm writing here, node B will be converted to true, because it was initially false. So now we are calculating what? Which is equivalent of, so this expression is equivalent of the value of A is false and the value of node B will be true. So this condition, this is equivalent of false and true. So false and true will be what? False and true will be false. But in this case, false or true will be what? True. Just try to understand that it is very easy. Nothing is happening here. Just happening what? Node B converted, the reverses the value of B. So now the B will be false. Not it will not change the value of B. So the expression will, the overall expression will have the value what? True. So now you will get, you are getting that answer. So similarly, you can also write like this. Okay. So how many times you want, you can write. So now here it is returning a false. So the if you write 2 times not, then what will happen? Firstly, okay, so just it is becoming complex. So just don't. I'm just giving you some simple examples. So suppose that if you run print 3 less than 4 and greater than 7. So what will be the answer in this case? 3 less than 4 is true. 6 greater than 7 is what? False. So answer will be what? False. Okay. Answer will be false. Next, if I write here print 4 less than 3 or 4 less than 1. Sorry. Answer will be what? False. Okay, I think you are getting confused. So I told you AND operator will return you true only if both the values are true. Otherwise, it will return you false. Try to understand my statement. What I am saying you AND operator will return you true only if both the conditions are true. Otherwise, otherwise it will return you. So here in the first case, see both the condition are true. No, because 3 less than 4 is true, but 6 greater than 4, 6 greater than 7 is not true. So it will return you false. In second case, statement tells that or operator return or operator will return true if any of the condition is the true. Here in this case, 4 less than 3 is false, but 4 less than 2 is true. So it will return you what? Oh, okay, okay. Sorry. I'm getting confused. Okay, yeah. So your answer was correct. So in the both case, answer will be false. Okay, sorry. Next, suppose that if I write here, next I think it is very clear to you. Okay, so if I write here, 4 greater than 7 or 6 greater than 6 greater than 4. So now what will the answer? Yeah, it will be true. Okay, so it is returning you true. So I think all of you now I think all of you can guess. So now suppose that if I write here, so suppose that initially a was 3 less than 4. So the answer of a will be what? If I print a, so answer will be what? False or true? True. So it is returning you true. But if you return print not a, so what will the answer now? False. So it will just reverse the value. It is similarly, if you don't write like this or and you write like this, no 3 less than 4. So now it will it will return you same. So in this case, you will also get false. So it is returning you false. Okay. So if I write print 5 greater than 4 and 4 less than 7, so answer will be what in this case? False? No, 4 greater than 7. So 5 greater than 4 is what? True. 4 greater than 7 is false. So answer will be false. Now, if same statement, if I write like this and note. Now, can you guess the answer? It will be true now. Because this condition is true, this condition is false, but after writing note, it will be converted to true. So true and true will be true. So I think all of you have now will be very You can just write and practice on this AND operator. Okay, now we are going to membership operators. So membership operator does what? Python's membership operator stays for membership in a sequence. So sequence is what? Sequence is the data type that basically store some couple of values. Okay, means currently we are working with only single values, but sequence will have arrays of values. Okay, so what are the I told you there are basically three sequences in Python. So first was string, second was list, and third was tuple. I already told you. So we will go one by one into strings, list, and tuple. But just try to understand Python membership operator test for membership in a sequence. Okay, so these sequences can be what? Strings, list, or tuple. There are two membership operators. First, I told you in does what? It evaluates to true if it finds a variable in the specified sequence. Means yeah, this means if the answer if it will return you true if any value is present in the sequence that you are checking. Okay, if you write like this, suppose that hello in, so this is a list. Okay, in this list we have three strings. So first is hello, second is read my course, and third is Facebook. If you write hello in this list, so it will return you true. But why? Because hello is present here. But if you write hi in hello read my course Facebook, means this in this list I is not present, so it will return you false. Next is noting, it evaluates to true if it does not finds a variable in the specified sequence, and false otherwise. So suppose that if I write the same statement hi note in this list, so it will return you what? True. Just I'm giving you the example of this membership operators. Suppose that we have a list. Just don't we will cover list. Okay, just I'm giving you the example. Suppose that this we have a list. Okay, in this list we have four values, 1 2 3 4. Okay, and if I write 1 in a, so what will it print? 1 is present in this list, so it will what? True. So it is returning you true. But if you write 9 in a, so it will return you what? False. Okay, so it is very simple. If you write print one note in a, so what will be the answer now? Yeah, false, because one note in a is not true, because one is present in this list. That's why it's give you false. So it will return you false. Similarly, if I ask you print six note in a, so what will be the answer now? Six note in a. False, because six not in a will be true because six is not present in this list. So answer will be what? True in. Okay. So there is nothing like this. So it is simply in and not in. Okay. So membership operator is completed. Next we are going to cover the strings data type. So before going to string data types, I just want to give you some good examples of the that will cover these operators. Okay, so examples on day 3.5. Okay, so suppose that we have gone through. So the first example I am giving you how to calculate the area of a rectangle. How to calculate the area of a rectangle. So suppose that if you want to calculate the area of rectangle, first we should know the formula. The formula of area is what? A star, area is equal to A star B, or you can write like this, length star width. Okay, so all of you know, I think, what is the formula of area. So if you want to calculate the area, so first you should have length and width value. So we want to get this length and width by user. So we will write here int is enter the, and we are writing here width is equal to int, and then is enter the width. Now we will have length and width. Okay, so next we can print area of the rectangle is equal to what? So first we need to calculate the area. So we will write here area is equal to length star width. Okay, now we can print the area. If you run this program, it will what it is doing. Okay, okay, sorry. We have missed here one thing, input. So you will write here input. So we need to take the input from the user. Okay. First, we need to take the input from the user. Then we will convert that input to integer. So I have already explained you. Input always return is string type. So if you want to calculate that to int, then you need to write. You need to perform explicit casting. So we are performing explicit casting here. So first, when you will run this program, it is asking please enter the length. Okay. So suppose that we are passing here length 5. Next it is asking you please enter the width. So suppose that here we are passing here 4. So it is returning you area of the rectangle is 20. Is this clear everyone? I told you that int will always return string. Okay. Int string means if you type here 4, then the output will be not integer 4. It will be this. Okay, so now you need to convert this 4 to integer. Okay, so if you like this int of 4, then it will give you the actual integer value. It is clear? Yeah, input is basically input. We use input function to take the value from the user. Okay, but that, yeah, means, yeah, that means we want to take the value from the user, but the whatever the user will type, that will be get in as string. Okay, now you need to convert that to integer, otherwise you cannot perform multiplication with two strings. Okay, so suppose that I am just giving you the example. Suppose that I am commenting this. Okay, I'm commenting this and I am writing the same program here, but now I am not writing here int. Okay, just try to see the type of length. Okay, because these thing we are also not printing. Okay, just we are printing this length is equal to input, please enter the length, and print type of length. It will be what? After you run here, just here pass here 4. Okay, so it is returning you type is str. Okay, so this 4 will be uh, as the format of a string. You need to cast that into an integer type, then you will get the value as an integer. Is this clear? Yes. Okay. So the value that will come from input will be always a string. You need to cast that. Okay. So we are printing here area of the rectangle is equal to, yeah. So next, if you run this, suppose that 5 and 4 we are passing, so it is returning the 20. So the next program we are going to cover is finding square root. So if you want to find the square root, what is the formula of square root? So if I ask you what will be the value of square root of 4, can you give the answer? 4 will be what? 2. Okay. So it is just what? Can we write like this? It is equivalent of 4 double star 1 by 2. Okay. So if we have a value a is equal to 6 and sorry 16, okay, and we want to get the square root of this, so we can write print a double star 1 by 2. So it is returning you 8. We need to write like this 4.0. Okay, so you are getting 4.0. Why it is why are you getting 4.0 instead of Python will always have the type of square root will always have the type of float. Okay, so now I think you can ask me if I write like this. Okay, I'm just not changing this, I'm just giving you, if you write like this, so what is the difference between these two? Can you guess? Yeah, because I told you the means it is called as order. Okay, order of evaluation. So order of evaluation of double star, that is basically exponent, is higher than what? Higher than division. So firstly it will be evaluated. So is 16 will be 16 double star 1 will be evaluated, so it will have the value 16 and then it will divide that by 2, then it will you will get the answer 8.0. But here precedence of bracket is always higher. Okay, so first this value will be calculated, so this value will be converted to 0.5 and then you will get a double star 0.5. Okay, so now you will get 4.0. So calculating square root is very simple. If you have any doubt, please ask. Do you have any doubt? Is it okay, everyone? Means are you facing any doubt? Yeah, sure. Means I'm just commenting this. Okay. So everyone, can we continue this tomorrow? Okay. This basically it is 6:15 and I have the next class. So we will connect tomorrow. Okay. So I just try to find this how square root is working. So just I'm explaining this. Okay. Uh, Suppose that if you write print Suppose that you have a is equal to 2, and if you write here a double star 2, so what will be the answer? A double star, a is basically exponent. You are writing a to the power 2, so 2 to the power 2 will be what, 4? Okay, so similarly we are writing here what? Similarly we are writing here what? A to the power 0.5. So it will return you what? A to the power 0.5 is basically square root. So it will return you, if you have the value of a is equal to 4, so it will return you 2 in that case. Is this clear? If I change this by 0.5, I think it will be very clear to you. Now it is clear? Okay. So what is the difference between writing this and this? You just need to find, okay, by your own. So we will continue this class tomorrow. Okay. So currently I cannot answer doubts also. Okay. So we will connect tomorrow. So I think one student was asking some doubts. So you can stay in the class. So, and rest of you can, yeah, who was that that was asking the question? Yeah, you are Deepak. No, I don't think Deepak. So it was some other student. So he was messaging me for doubt. I think he has left the class. None of you want to ask? Okay. Okay, so now we are leaving. Okay. Thank you everyone. Bye.